So, for those that don't know, your previous relationship, it was a domestic violence relationship. Do you want to say anything more about that?
It was quite a long time ago now. Like, this is before kids. Before I was a mum. So different, but I was like a little baby really when it happened. Like, I think back now and I'm like, I can't believe that happened to me, really. I was so vulnerable, like so young, and really taken advantage of by this person. It was a 3-year relationship, one of my first relationships as well. I didn't have much experience in a relationship previously.
No, and I'm guessing you're thinking, is this normal?
Yeah, thinking, is this normal? Because you don't know, you don't have anything really. And are you a sharer?
Was you sharing what was happening with anyone else?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. So how people discovered, I was at uni at the time, and I would come in with bruises, and then they actually sent me to hospital one time, and that sort of got the ball rolling on getting him prosecuted.
So he did get prosecuted for it?
He did, yes. He was found. Well, he pleaded guilty. And it was quite that's why it's so. I feel like I'm speaking about it, and it didn't happen to me because I feel so different from this person. I think there's also a lot of guilt that like I let that happen to me as well.
But I think when you're younger, I think some men, and women, they are so good at manipulating.
Oh, very, yeah.
And you think you're of right mind, and you think this stuff's not going to happen to you, and you'll never be in that circumstance. But even with friends, I've been there and been like, like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that is true, because I had a friend who went through a domestic violent relationship, and she was like this strongest girl, like the last girl I would think it would happen to. Yeah, that would happen to her, and it did happen to her, and it's crazy how it happened. It is crazy how it happens.
But I guess when you're in it.
Oh, when you're in it, it's just.
You can't get away from it.
It's very, very difficult to leave a domestic violent relationship. Like, I did try to leave. We had many, I don't know what you call them in the UK. Like, what do you call them?
What's the word? What's the word?
I know, it feels like it was such a long time ago that I've blocked it out a little bit. Orders from the court that person can't see you. What do you call that in the UK?
It is like a court order.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't think of the word.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Like an injunction.
Yeah.
An injunction out on that person so he wasn't allowed near you.
Yeah, we had there were 3 of those in my case, but I still kept seeing him because that's how manipulative that person is. You just keep going back and you think it's the right thing to do because they think, or they tell you like, oh, you won't be able to live without me. And you believe it.
Well, they're in your head.
Yeah, and they control so much of your life.
And you never, like scary. What you're saying, it's like a different person.
Yeah.
And you're like, how?
Yeah, you're so controlled, and your self-esteem is wilted. Yeah. You have no self-esteem because they just break you apart, and they make you feel like you can't move on without me. Like, you'll never get a job without me. Like, you won't be able to do this without me, that without me. Like, nothing. Like, one, you won't even be able to live without me because I will take that from you. It's scary.
It's scary. And what did your mum say?
Well, it was complicated because my mum and dad were going through a divorce at the time, so they were.
Well, their mind was
dealing
elsewhere.
They were doing what they had to do, and I didn't share too much. I didn't share too much with anyone because I was scared. And I think that's quite common. You don't want to share anything because if people find out, they're going to get angry. Yeah. The person doing that to you is going to get angry. And it's quite scary. The way you think, like when you're in a relationship like that, you're thinking of like survival. You're not thinking, I need to get this person in jail. You don't think that. You're just thinking, I need to survive, because like they're hurting you, and the way they're hurting you can and does kill a lot of people, women especially. Yeah.
It's just so heartbreaking, and
yeah,
that you were so young as well.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, I didn't think I was young.
I know, you're back, you're like,
I know at the time, but now looking back, I was so young to be going through that. I'm really lucky. I had some friends in university, and the police, obviously, in Australia. This happened in Australia. The police in Australia, the prosecutors, the police prosecutors as well. They were amazing. But it's not like that for a lot of people. It's quite hard for them to actually go to jail and get prosecuted, or they're quite light with them.
But also, that was your stand-up strong moment to be like, I'm not having it.
A little bit. I was still a little bit like scared, and I was a little bit. Looking back, it was, but at the time, I didn't feel strong at all, and not at all. Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing. But now you've got Alex as well.
Yeah. I know it feels like a different world, really, that happened. But it's good to shed light on, because it does happen to so many people. Especially, like, I don't like to stereotype, but it does happen to a lot of women, but men as well. But a lot of women are in domestic violence.
I saw a horrendous program on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called now. A guy that was suffering
by his wife. His wife. Yeah, someone told me about that one. Yeah.
Do you know what? I found it so hard to watch. Yeah. So hard.
Yeah. He got out, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But she just broke him down. And that's what they do, don't they? They just break you down until you're nothing. Can you feel...
Did he have children as well? Yeah.
So he wanted to stay for the kids.
Yeah, I'm so thankful. Like, I never had
children. He had it all on camera.
Oh, wow.
They had
How
cameras,
did he have
obviously,
the camera?
for the kids.
Oh, interesting.
So they had he had the camera set up in the kids' playroom, and then he called it all.
Oh, yeah, like the nanny cams for the kids.
Cams.
Oh, wow.
So, but honestly, it was traumatic to even watch that, let alone what you've gone through.